I have inked vellum and polymer clay, a light box, some gold paste, and there will be resin involved as well. There are a lot of steps to this, so we're jumping right in. Thank you to all my subscribers, and my members are awesome sauce. So the light box I've already sanded because it's got this like plasticky coating to it, so I needed it to be sanded so I could get the paint to grip onto it. Otherwise it chips really easily. So because I'm using this gold, I needed to have a black background so the gold shines better. If you just put it on a normal background, it doesn't shine as much, and I don't want it to be too gold either. So I am putting it on quite roughly and just kind of spreading it around, making it look a bit more aged. This is second step, I suppose you could say. In fact, no, third, because I'm going to put another step on this, which is using some texture paste. But that's when I've painted all the sides. I do leave the bottom because nobody's going to see the bottom, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to put some cork on it or not. Now, I want this to look quite fantasy, fairy, foresty. It's for the summer solstice collab. Now, we were talking about doing a collab, and it was like, what should we do? So I looked through the calendar and I couldn't decide what to do, and the easiest one that looked like we could do would be summer solstice, because you could just do anything summery, use summery colours. But I thought if somebody doesn't really like summery stuff, then we'll chuck in fantasy and fairy at the same time. And that, I love that. I think that looks stunning. A little stark, but because it's very white, that's going to get toned down. This, I did the same on here, and I've gone around all the sides of the box, overlapping the top to make it look like the tree. There's lots more trees. I didn't like this. I really didn't like this. I just thought it was too clumpy. You couldn't see much of the actual background, and well, I think I ruined it myself until I turned it round. Once it's in the box, turned the other way, wow, it's quite magical. I proper squealed when I switched the light on, because it was just what I had in my head, only I thought it would be better the other way, and it wasn't. It was better backwards. And yeah, I squealed. I was dead chuffed. It was like, oh my god, it worked. I like it. It didn't look right this way round, but definitely backwards. I'm going to use my silicone tool just to clean up any edges that need defining a little bit more, because I've been a bit slapdash. I've not really been very careful, because I think it was because I'd got halfway through doing it and thinking, this is too much. I don't like it. So I wasn't really taking much care. I was just basically chucking it on. But when it's dry and turned round, it's the bee's knees. I love it. So I may end up doing this inking thing more often and sticking it on lights, because it really does look special. It's pretty. Now, for me, this represents the summer solstice, the longest day. And it's the time between daytime and nighttime, twilight, when the changes of the sky, the colours in the sky changes. And I wanted this one to be more foresty, fantasy type. So it works well with the colours I've used. And just a hint of gold gives the light, like the little specks of sunlight still there. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm quite looking forward to the longest day of the year, because then that means nights start to get to draw in a bit more. And I have a really bad sleeping pattern, but when it's long days of sunlight, oh, I can't sleep. Toffee. It gets worse. My sleep pattern gets worse. And I know some of you will think, you barely sleep as it is. I know. Can you imagine what I'm like in summer? Whoosh. So I am toning this stark white down by using a mix of paints that I've made to look a bit sage coloured. Or, yeah, sage. I'd say this is sage. I think I used a mix of green, yellow, tiny bit of blue, and a tiny bit of brown. And when I say tiny, I mean just a tiny amount. And this just dulls it down enough so it looks more aged, more worn, weathered. But the gold, when I turn it, you can just see when the light hits how much it glows through the green. So it works much better than being white. And it's just, so pretty. I like it. In fact, I like all of this. And when I switch it on at the end, I think I squealed again. I think I did, yeah. Because it's really pretty. And I love it. How many times can I say I love it in one video? I'm now going to use black resin. And I'm going to add in some sparkly stuff from Temu. I'm using Sally at All Aboard Resins thingy wax, all gold. I'm sorry, Sal. My words have just gone. No, it's not gilding wax. Why is it I can say gilding wax now? Oh dear. Just go check out Sal's channel. She's got it on there somewhere. You can buy it on her eBay shop, and it's fantastic. It smells gorgeous, and it's fantastic as a barrier cream, as well as a eco wax. There's a word. The word has gone. The word has escaped me. That I've just filled up is my leftovers little dump tray. And I've put a majority of the black in there just to fill it up. And that is now living on my sink in the kitchen, just to put my sponge on. And I'm going to be doing mushrooms and snails and moths, bees, lamps, leaves, and a fairy lantern, a door, a window. I think I even do some of the fish. I don't know why I do the fish. I think I was just trying to use up every last little morsel. I also do a butterfly, the one that everybody's doing at the minute, and a little compass or pocket watch, and a little camera. Oh, I think I also do a cauldron. I do. And some of these things are going to be used in the attic. Now, I don't know if I've used them in the attic before I do this video or after I do this video. And you're probably thinking, why am I going to be putting a camera in there when it's like 1800s? Because I want people to look and think, oh, why is that there? Why is that there? Did somebody come back from the future? Are they still around? You know, that kind of thing. My brain's on worry mode. I'm using a pipette, basically, because if I pour it in, I am going to put in way too much. In fact, I do put way too much in a couple of them, but it's easily sorted. And thankfully, it was cold this night when I did it, and so I didn't get a flash cure, because it took forever to fill up every little nook and cranny. And this is fast forwarded. You know what I mean. Words. Oh, my English does not English. So the window do go over a little bit too hard. They are no, not lavender. Leaves. ivy. Oh, good grief, ivy. The window, like I said, the window I'll go over a little bit too much, but the joy of a pipette is you can suck it back out again. It's a lot easier. And I do not throw my pipettes when I've done with them. What I do is I put them in half a cup of acetone and I just keep on sucking it up, pushing it out. Sometimes I leave it in the actual pipette just for a little while, just to make sure it breaks down the actual resin, and they stay clean, so you don't have to chuck them in the bin, which is also a good thing, because we also use unbiodegradable stuff here, so what we can try and save, all the better. I also reuse all my cups too. I usually just spray them with alcohol, wait a few minutes, then use my floor wipes to wipe them out. Or tip them upside down and let them cure and pull it out. It's a lot easier than having to clean them or throw them away. I'm not much into wasting stuff. I just don't like it. If I can find a use for anything, I will do. Now, I'm using a little cocktail stick just to get into those antennae, trying to be very careful not to actually scratch the mould, because those antennae are very, very fine, and so are the legs, and I don't break them. I am so surprised. I half expected them snapping off. The one thing that did snap was the butterfly. No, not the butterfly, the moth. So I was trying to bend it, and it had already cured too hard for me to bend it, and so of course it just snapped. The bee, however, that worked perfectly. I got to that in time. So that does look like its wings are flapping, kind of. Yeah, sort of. I will be putting a frog on top of the actual thing. It was from the painting I did, the 3D painting of the mushroom. Well, I was desperate to find somewhere to put this, and I think it just works perfectly. You don't see it in the video though. So what I'll do is I'll post it in my community section when this video's up and show you it finished. Completely finished, as in the frog on it. It just all looks really cute. And the shadows, when the light's not on, it's just... It just gives you a different look altogether. I find it amazing. But that cauldron, I do something special to that. I don't do it on camera because it's going to be in the video when it's finished, and I want it to be a surprise. Because it's awesome. I'm such a child. I really am such a child. So I'm going to be painting all of these, and I will fast forward most of this, but I just wanted to show you the wings on the fairies. I'm going to be using some Timu again, iridescent purple, I think, or blue, I can't remember now. I think it's iridescent blue, that's it, yeah. Sorry, I just had to look at it just to check. And it really does shine on those wings. It doesn't shine very well on the lamp, but I do paint the lamp something different anyway, because I want the gold that I'm going to paint on the window bits to shine through, and they won't, not with this. But yeah, it's just amazing on those wings. And there's 3 little fairies on that bit. So I think the top one, I actually do a different colour. I think it's more of an orangey colour, because I thought it was a butterfly at first. Then I realised it had got legs. So yeah, it's a fairy in the distance. I'm going to put some gilding paste on the swirly whirlies that's on this. And now I've put you where you can actually see it. That's much better. So I'm going to go in and paint all the little details, add the little bits of green. I do my own skin tone. Only I think I made them a bit too pasty looking, but then I do want them to stand out against the rest of it. The door has got so much detail, it is amazing. I really need to get some more of these sugar moulds, but usually if I get them from Temu, I get Temu'd, and they're usually too small for what I need. But for this box, perfect. I think this is why I've not used these, because I always thought, you know, they're far too small. What am I going to do with these? But now I know. They are perfect for these boxes. And I think I'm hooked. So you may see more of these boxes in different versions. I might even do a creepy one. Oh, I'd really like to do a creepy one. Well, that will be fine. I love it. Oh dear, ideas are popping. But I must have about 20 of these boxes. I got them off of Facebook Market. £5 for a great big box of boxes. And I was like, I'll have them. 3 or 4 years ago, I said I'd have them. Yeah, I've still got them. This is the first one I've used. Sorry, no, third one I've used. So they're quite versatile because I've done one for Poppy Day. A friend wanted it, and I also made one for a friend who was having a baby. So I made it into a baby light box. Oh, actually, I made 2 of those. Yes, I did. But I still think I've got about 20 boxes left. They're all under my desk, hidden. I mean, they are really pretty. I was actually walking round our local town market, and it's like a crafters market was on. And they've got this little crate with a plastic skeleton in, and a bit of moss and a bit of dried flowers stuck in it, and they were selling it for £15. And I was like, what? And Ubby just turned around and he went, you could do that and better. And I was like, I really do undersell myself. But then at least I'm not overselling myself. I mean, I've seen some things lately. I had to laugh. I mean, silly money for a bit of resin. And when I say silly money, I mean, what? A year's rent for a bit of resin. Oh my god. And it weren't even good. Oh dear. So, you know, I undersell myself, but there's no way I'm going to be ripping people off either. I mean, that's just mad. Anyway, I'm digressing a lot here. So I'm using the Pearl something Pembrokes, I think, from Lidl or Aldi. And they're not great paints, but on a dark background they do shine well. Just not very good on lighter colours. But I'm using this gold to highlight the metalwork on the door, and added a bit of the gold to the brown just to give it a bit more oomph on the door frame. And now I'm using a bit of the green, yellow, just to highlight the leaves, and that'll be that one done. And I won't make you sit and watch me paint the whole thing, everything, because, well, this video was about 2.5 hours long, and so I've had to cut it down quite a lot. So now I'm going to use my polymer clay to make a pebbled floor and a wall for a tree. Now, it's supposed to be for the fairy house, and the door will be open and there will be a window, and I will have to put on a black square so the window, when you look through it, it looks dark inside. So then that should work perfectly. Now, that piece stuck really badly. I should have put some baking powder on my desk. I forgot. And I don't need the whole of this. I just need enough to be able to fit the door in. So there is where I need to cut that off. So then when it gets glued in, it'll fit nicely. So that's on my tray. You'll have to excuse all the little bits on my tray. That's all from the 3D printer. And so now we need the wall just so I can stick the window to it. And I'll bake them in my little oven, which, thank you to my subscribers and my members. You have helped to get that for me, and I absolutely love it. I think I've had it a year now, and it's still going strong, touching of wood. Not that I'm, weird like that, but it is a nifty bit of kit. So I used my scraper just to get it up, well, my knife, my blade, and they are really sharp. You've got to be really careful, of which I'm not. I'm terrible. So I put that bit there. I needed to make sure I could hide the bottom of it with the door, so you couldn't see that it just stops. Now, it kept falling to pieces, so I stuck it that side, smushed it in that side, and then decided, let's go over the top again with my roller. I think I got these plastic things off Temu as well. A bundle of about 6. So I've got brick, I've got pebble, wood, there's a few, I just can't remember what. So this glue, I have to remember to keep putting the lid on, because it's absolutely awesome glue. It's only like £1.50 a bottle, off my local market, and every time I go down I pick another bottle up. I do kind of use it quite well, and it sticks really, really better than the green stuff I've found. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. I've not really looked. While I can get it for £1.50, I am not looking anywhere else. So I'm going to add all my little features, and little bits and bobs. The fairy will be going in the top corner where I'm gluing right now. And you'll see the magic when I switch the light on. It made me squeal. I really did think it was just adorable. This side works so much better than the original thought I had in my head. It's just so much prettier, and you can see it better. I have to trim this leaf off because it's overhanging a little too much, and because it's so fine, you can just use scissors. And I'm just building up the scene and waiting for the clay to ping. And I am going to be putting in the window and the door. I will be putting the butterfly, no, not the butterfly, the bee in the corner. And I don't know if you can see the little paintings in the background, but I kind of saw the mini verse paintings, the art ones, on offer, and so I bought 2. Me thinking there was only 1 painting in each one. I was so wrong. It is so worth the money if you want to get them at the full price. I got 3 paintings in one, an easel and a magnifying glass, and then the other one I got 2 paintings, an easel, a magnifying glass and a statue. And I'm in love because I got Van Gogh sunflowers, my favourite artist. Now, I am well chuffed, and if I see any more, I am so getting them, because I have a thing in my head to make a gallery. And you've got to have proper paintings, haven't you? I'm also going to be making a mould of 2 of the frames because they're really pretty, to use in other pieces. I just think they're really, really nice. Very decorative. So I'm painting up my pebbly floor, and I am just doing the edge because I want it to just shine through. Adding a bit of black just to give it a bit of dirtiness and just some texture. If I'd have thought on, I'd have used a little sponge. I cut up a little sponge and just put that in. So I'm super gluing this on each side, and I've put some at the bottom, and I've got to be careful not to stick myself to it, which for me that's normal. And then the windows going in, and just hold that for a few seconds, and that's glued in lovely. I'm just finishing off by painting the sides of the polymer clay just so it all ties in nicely together. And don't forget that this is a collab with Wendy and Sally, and the playlist will be in the description below. Please check them out. Try and support everybody and give them a like, give them a comment. Let's get them out there a little bit more and just get them some more subscribers. And even if that doesn't work, I just hope they've had fun, because I know I have. I think it's real. That's the ivy. I just wanted it to look like it's creeping down. Please like, comment, hype, subscribe, do all the Yubi-Tubi thingies, and watch until the end. It's super important. And we all appreciate it if you do. We really do. Because YouTube is a pain in the bottom. Sometimes it pushes you out. Sometimes it ignores you altogether. Can't win. So, I'm now going to switch on the light. Look at the detail. It's so cute. I love it. I really, really love it. This is me. So, ta-da! Look at that. The trees look fantastic. So, like I said, like, comment, hype, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out everybody else, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.